Welcome back everyone. So today I'm going to be doing a review video on some foundations. I feel like people don't do enough foundation comparisons on YouTube. There's a lot of just showing one foundation at a time, but I think that there should be some more comparisons videos. So I'm going to do a foundation and a BB cream. So part one of this review is going to be 4 foundations. All of these foundations can be found at Ulta, and all of them I have used more than once and with different methods of application. So to start, I'm going to go with the most expensive out of all of these. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. I will try and insert pictures. This is the most full coverage out of all of these. It is very, very thick, and it has SPF in it, and it's oil-free, 12 hours, so long-lasting makeup. There's going to be background noise because my dog is coming inside. Maybe not. Yep. Okay, so there is, it just looks like this. I got it on Ulta online, and you can see how much is in the tube. So I'm going to put it down, and mind you, my color is light. So let's see, does it say on here which color I am? No, it doesn't, but I am, oh yeah, it does. Fair Sand is what I got in this one. So this is what it looks like on here. As you can see, very thick consistency. And when you blend it, if you just use your fingers, which I never do, it's going to be real thick. You can see there. So I used it with a beauty blender today, and I tried it with a like dense face brush. Now obviously if you have the Tarte foundation brush, it will probably go on better, but the beauty blender I found really blended it in with my concealer, with all of my powders and everything else I had on. So this one is $40, so it is expensive. The next one I have that is really popular right now is the Maybelline Fit Me in the Matte and Poreless, and this is for normal to oily skin and in the color 112 Natural Ivy. Now, the downside of this one is the lack of a pump. But it's probably a light to medium coverage. See, this is the problem. I'm running low. Okay, too much. So, there it is right there. You can see it's pretty thin. It's just running down my hand. And I usually apply with a beauty blender, and I have stippled it on before. I've never used my fingers, so let's see how this applies with your... It's really blendable. Can see it matches my skin tone pretty well, but as for it keeping your face matte and not oily, it really does work. I would say it works better than the Tarte foundation, because the Tarte foundation is fuller coverage, and when you like, if you want to wear this for a special occasion, which I normally do because it's so expensive, I would go with this, but make sure you have powder to touch up. And I know, like, if you're going to prom, you don't want to be touching up your foundation. This is what I wore to prom, and this is what I wore to homecoming last year, not this year, when my acne was really bad. So and this one I felt like it was kind of chunking up and like almost like building up in areas, whereas this one I felt like it didn't feel like it was melting off. It stayed in place. And I used the same powder, which was the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil powder. So if you are going to be sweating and stuff like that, I recommend this one. I just think it works better. But if you're doing, oh, and there's no sunscreen in this one, so it's good for, right, there's no sunscreen? Yeah, there's no SPF in this one, so it's good for photos. And I use this to take my senior pictures, and it turned out really well. Let's see, next one is the L'Oreal True Match. I have, this says SPF 17, and I have the Light Ivory or the W2. So this one is a little bit lighter. This is definitely my winter foundation. Let's do this on another hand. Again, no pump. This one I would say is probably a light coverage, but it is really blendable. You can see it's runny. Put some of that back in the container. So it does take a little bit more time to dry. Unlike the other ones, like as you can see, it's really thin, so it is light coverage, but it comes off really easy. This one dries quickly, but not quick enough for you not to be able to work it in. This one stays wet for a while, and you almost have to wait for it to dry before you can put powder on, or it will cake. And that's just my experience with the True Match. Everybody's different. But if you are somebody who's like me, where the Tarte is going to possibly break you out because you have acne prone skin, or if you are just getting into makeup and you want to try foundation, the True Match I think is a really good way to go. And they have, I think, 36 shades, so people who are really light or people who are really dark can find their shade in this one. Tarte, I'm not sure, I think they have 12 shades, I think, and this one there's like 20 some shades. This one's about like the standard amount of drugstore. Oh, and this one was I think around $8.99, under $10, and this one was under $10 as well. So the last one I have is my oldest foundation, and that is the True Match by CoverGirl in I2, which is Classic Ivory. And my pump is actually broken, so that sucks because I really liked having the pump. This one is also light coverage, probably light to medium, because it is not as runny as some of the other ones, but it used to come out. I don't know if the pump is just like completely broken. Yeah, it's not pumping anything out. But this one I have used with a stippling brush the most, and it provides a really good amount of coverage. As you can see the difference there. So yeah, I'm just wiping these off because I have other ones I want to review. My hand looks like really weird. It's got all these different foundations. But this was like $7.99-ish, and if you're a makeup hoarder and you had the True Blend, not the True Match, this is a True Blend, before you were a 410, and now you'd be 1.2 if you haven't changed out your foundation. So out of all of these, I would say this is probably the most for everyday wear. Probably these two here are everyday wear. This one can definitely be worn as everyday, but if you're going to be taking pictures or in the sun and you need to be wearing sunscreen, this is no SPF but really good for pictures. And this one has SPF, so it shines. It has a pretty high SPF 15. So, and it's also full coverage. So this I would definitely say is a non-summer, sweaty activity foundation. I would definitely go with this one over this one. But if you are someone who's very acne prone or and is very self-conscious about that, this foundation is good, but it is so heavy that sometimes it can clog your pores. I mean, all makeup does that, but this one is gonna probably break you out. Oh, I thought it broke. So this one is not going to break you out. Oh my god, I thought that shattered. And these two obviously won't break you out. They are pretty neutral in that area, unless you have really super acne prone skin, then you probably know what you can use and can't. Basically this is all of the foundations next to each other. The thick one is the Tarte, the top one is the Fit Me, the runny one is the True Match, and the True Blend is the Streak. But yeah, that is my comparison. I will try and insert little clips of each of the foundations as I talk about them, so that you can see up close. But that is it for me, so thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe and like and share, and thank you for all your love and support. Bye!